Hey everybody, my name is Andreas. Thank you so much for tuning in to another AMA session with AmaZix. In this AMA session, we'll be talking with Daniel, who's the founder of the Arcona project. If you're not aware of who AmaZix is as a company, we are a community management firm working with some of the top ICOs out there in the crypto space. What we do is make sure that Telegram and other communication channels are monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, covering all time zones so that all questions get answered, trolls get banned, and people are taken care of, and information is put out correctly. Some of our clients include Salt, WePower, Sharp Capital, and Coin Metro, just to name a few. Thanks for tuning in, and let's jump right into this AMA session. Okay, and here we are with Daniel, who is the founder of Arcona. Daniel, thank you so much for taking some time to answer some of these questions for the community. Good morning. Can you tell us a little bit about the Arcona project in general and give us a little rundown of what the project does?
Excellent. Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel, and I am the founder of Arcona. That was right. Very nice to see you here. I'm very pleased to be here with you, the community. And today I will share with you all the details about the Arcona project, and for sure I will answer all the questions that we have received from the community. That's perfect. Thank you for your attention. Thanks for your time. Arcona is a global augmented reality ecosystem built on blockchain technology. So we are merging together the real world and the virtual one into a single information environment where everyone will be able to interact with augmented reality in the real world locations. Let's try to imagine that there is no Facebook, there is no Twitter, there is no Instagram and other social networks, right? And you are taking your pictures, making selfies, and the only way you can share it with the people, with the world, is just the screen of your mobile phone, right? There is nowhere to share. This is what's happening today with the augmented reality industry. So all the existing platforms, they provide just personal experience. There is no single information space for the people to interact with augmented reality together and to do it simultaneously. There are more than 10 AR platforms that are providing the tools for the users and the developers to interact with augmented reality, but only with the personal use. So it means all the users are now living, let's say, separately. They're using just one device, or using the mobile phone, or using just the glasses, and they're using just one app. What we're doing, we are bringing all these people together. Imagine all the users of iPhone today already have the AR tools inside the iPhone, and they already can touch and feel this experience of augmented reality. We are bringing all these people together. We are creating the global augmented reality ecosystem, single information environment. So we are bringing all these people, all the developers, all the users, all together, where they will be able to interact with augmented reality in the real world without GPS and without any physical markers. This is our technological issue. There is a technological issue today why this platform doesn't exist, right? And we have this technological solution because we are the developers, and we are the technological company. We have the technological solution how to bring all these people together and how to create this augmented reality layer that will be linked directly to the real world. So we are talking about outdoor. So this is the main, let's say, description of the project. So let's try to complete this pitch with the questions, right? And we'll see what happens.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good to me. So going right on what you said with the technology that you have, can you touch a little bit more on what you're bringing to the industry, what new kind of products and technology you're going to bring with? So is it more of like the glasses? Is it more of like a display? What kind of stuff are you working with on that end?
So we are the developers of the software, first of all, right? What we are bringing, as I mentioned, today there is an issue in augmented reality to put any object remotely in any part of the planet outdoor. Because today the only thing you can do with augmented reality platforms, existing platforms, you need to take a phone, launch the camera, scan the space first, anywhere you are, and then you will be able to put any AR object on this space. But you cannot scan all the world, right? to put any object in any part of the planet. So we have the solution how not to scan all the world, but to put any object remotely in any part of our devices. I mean, we're cross-platform. We provide the cross-platform solution and simultaneous use of the devices. So our software will be used in any device. Today it is a smartphone, glasses, tomorrow it will be the lenses, doesn't matter. So we'll bring all the people, all the users together. You will see on the streets the people using the phones, the glasses and the lenses. All these people will be using our software, and we'll see the augmented reality layer and content in the real world. We are not using the GPS because we will superposition ourselves using our own technology. It is based on GIS data, Geographic Information System, and it is based on our technologies that provides us to recognize the 3D objects, and we will be using the real world objects as the markers. So we will use the blocks, we will use the stones, buildings, everything that your camera will see. We will use this information as the marker, and no need to scan the space. We'll just take the information from the picture and put it on this map, and then we'll be able to superposition ourselves in any part of the world. So this is what we are bringing. That's what new today. So this is the, because it's not the existing platforms, they are not scalable. Then what else? It's blockchain, right? So we are creating the open source ecosystem. Using the blockchain, we can do this. So this is it's a new step in the technology, because we are bringing two disruptive technologies together. We are bringing the AR and the blockchain. And I think that we'll have another question regarding the blockchain, and I will explain more how we are using blockchain in our ecosystem.
Sure, that makes sense. So rolling on down, how are you going to connect your actual Arcona tokens to the project into the AR platforms?
So in our ecosystem, it will be the whole world, it will be the real world. In this real world, we are bringing the virtual objects. And in our ecosystem, our token is used as the internal currency. So it means that you can buy the content inside the ecosystem, you can sell the content, you will pay the fees for the closed content, you will receive the royalty, you can pay the salaries, and so on. And one more thing, just to turn a little bit to our business model, right? How we are making money. This digital, this augmented reality layer that we create around the planet, we call it digital land. So we invented a new type of land. Now we're selling new square meters in any part of the planet that you can buy and then put any object on this space. Because imagine what you do in the real world. If you want to put an advertising or you want to put an object in the real world, you need this space, right? So the same, we're selling the new space, we're selling the digital land that is linked directly to the real world. It means that you can buy the new square meters in the center of New York, and this space, this plot of the land will be linked directly to the center of New York, let's say in the Times Square. So if you want to put an object in the Times Square, you need this land. So we are selling these new square meters on the auctions, and this is how we are making money. And the token is used also to buy this digital land and then to sell this digital land or create a project on this digital land and then get the tokens for the advertising, for the closed content, and so on. This is how the token is used and how is the procedure of the transactions inside the ecosystem. All the transactions will be done with the token, because it will be the peer-to-peer network.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. So the follow-up question to that, obviously, will be people who have the tokens and use them for the digital land, what can they do to actually make money on it themselves?
Excellent. So Arcona Ecosystem is building on the peer-to-peer network. Everything inside will be working on the peer-to-peer network system. So we are providing the platform, we are providing the infrastructure, we are providing the development tools and so on, and raising the hands. So all the rest will be inside the community. So the token holders can buy the digital land, because inside the ecosystem we have our own deficit asset. So not as other projects have only the token as a deficit asset. We have another more deficit asset is digital land. We need to understand that digital land is limited as in real world, because it's linked directly to the real world. It is not unlimited. So you can buy the land, you can create any project on this land and start attracting the people to this specific location. Just try to imagine that you own the land in the center of New York or in center of the Tokyo. It already is creating the scarcity. It is already giving you the tools and the opportunities to make the money inside the ecosystem, right? So the main interesting thing is that you can make money inside the ecosystem, just creating the interesting projects, because not only buying the land will give you the money. No, because let's try to imagine in the real world, there is no space, there is no infrastructure in the region. There is just a field. Nobody wants it. And then appears a mall there, a trading center. And the same day, the land around this space is growing in the price. Why? Because appeared a project there. So the same in our ecosystem. You build an interesting project, start developing it, start attracting the people to this space, and it automatically is rising the attractiveness of the land and the price of the land. So this is the idea how to make the money inside the ecosystem. You can buy the land, create the project, start earning money, and then you can sell the land or rent the land, or you can buy the land around you again. So this is how it works. No need to go to the exchanges, because we invite you to use the token inside the ecosystem and to make more money inside the ecosystem than just going to the exchanges, because the land will be sold on the auctions. The starting price of the 1 square meter will be 1 token, and then the community will bid, and we will see the real price of the real market price of the land, right? So just try to imagine that we will sell the land in the center of Tokyo, and if you own the land around, you will see the market price, how it grows and how it is not growing, because if not, you will launch a project, attract the users, and the price will grow. And for sure, that will rise the capitalization of the system, that will rise the attractiveness of the ecosystem, and thus this will affect the price of the token and so on.
Awesome. Well, that's a great explanation. Thanks for that. So since you had mentioned people being able to develop their own projects, are you going to have open source APIs linked to the Arcona ecosystem?
So let's start with the blockchain, and then I will turn to the API.
Sure.
So how we are using the blockchain. The main idea is that we are protecting the copyrights of the developers and the 3D artists. So we are bringing them, inviting them to our ecosystem. Why? And why they are interested to be inside. First of all the content, all the lines of the code will be written in the smart contract. So they will help us to develop our ecosystem, because it will be open source. Now, all the developers will have the guarantee that they will receive the royalty for every line of the code they will provide for us. The 3D artists will receive the royalty, and they will be able to sell their content inside the ecosystem, because again, the smart contract will protect them. They will be sure that this content and this code will be used only in the proper way inside the ecosystem, and no one will be able to make money on it without permission of the owner of the content. We are giving the tools to the developers, advanced development tools, our SDK, and they will create the big projects for the community. The developers and the 3D artists will get the access to the wider audience of our ecosystem. It means that they can create the business around their creativity. This is the most interesting thing for them, because today they are creative, they can create any project, but no way to monetize it for them. And we are giving them this tool how to monetize their creativity, how to sell their projects inside the ecosystem on our marketplace. because in our marketplace, we are bringing together the developers, 3D artists, and the users. We are bringing them together and they start working, because the developers will receive the advanced tools, the users will receive the simple tools, right? Like, let's say, WordPress model. It will be very user to create an AR project, the ecosystem, right? And if they want to create a global project, a huge project that they can't do it, they will go to the marketplace and create a task for the developers. Hey guys, I want this project, and the developers will give them the offers, and the users will decide which developer they like more, pay the tokens, and they get the project, and put this project remotely in any part of the planet, because they can stay in the United States and own the land in Europe and put these projects directly in Europe.
Wow.
So, and for sure, this, going back to the API, so the developers will have this tool how to deliver their projects to the end user. So this will be direct access to the user. So through the API, they can create the projects and deliver it to the community.
Awesome. Thanks for explaining that. That makes a lot of sense to me. So now let's talk about the company itself and the project a little bit. Can you give us a little bit of background history on where you guys were, before you got to this point, and just some of the history of the project and the steps you have taken to get to where you are now?
Yeah. So first of all, we are 4 founders in Arcona. I am one of the founders. So I joined the team several years ago. I had different businesses. I worked in different industries. So I had the businesses in, let's say, like computer shops. Then I went to the medicine. Then I went to the agriculture. Then I had the business in real estate. After selling the real estate business, I opened the investment company. I started investing, and now I'm here. The rest of the company, the founders are working together more than 10 years. They were founders in different companies. They had the tourism journal before this company. After that, they went to AR because they understood that we can use AR in a travel industry. Right, when the augmented reality market was zero in 2013, when the company was launched, we started developing the AR projects in a travel industry, showing the tourists how this place was in the past. When they come to the ruins, they can see how this place was in the past, because we rebuilt all these churches, forums, and the castles. So this is how we came to AR, when already in 2014 we started generating the revenue and making money on this business, and using this money without any investments, we could build our own computer vision system. We have our own platform. So this is the main idea. We can make big things with small amount of money. So the revenue that we generated, now we have this platform, and we are just the 4 founders, and no money is inside. Let's say like this. This is the background, how we reached to this point, and and this can be an example that how we'll reach our goal and why.
Sure, that makes sense. So another question about the company would then be, where is it registered, and is it possible to get public information such as certificate of incorporation and that sort of thing?
Yes, the company is incorporated in Gibraltar, and the certificate, let's say, it's open, so we can share it for sure.
Okay, perfect. So can you touch a little bit about intellectual property that the company may have, or have you patented anything or something like that?
Yes, so we have the protection of our IP. We have registered our computer vision system and remote positioning platform in Russia, and now we are on our way to register it in other countries and all around the world. So we are moving forward to protect ourselves from different parts.
Okay, perfect. So a little bit about the token sale then. What's the vesting schedule looking like for the team and advisors tokens?
The team cannot touch the tokens. So let's say we have 20% reserved for the team. First 5% will be opened for the team after the 6 months after we finish the ICO. Then the next 5% will be opened in next 6 months, so a year. And the rest 10% will be open after 18 months after the ICO is finished. For the advisors, they have 7%. 3.5 will be opened after the half a year, and 3.5 after a year. And everything is written in the smart contract, so everything, it's for sure, it's not just the words, it's a smart contract.
Okay, perfect. And speaking of the smart contract, was your smart contract audited by an external company, or was it all done in-house?
Yes, it was audited several times. It was audited by with the help and with the support with the blockchain community in St. Petersburg. So it was very easy to audit, because it was very, very well done. And so this is really the feedback of the company that did the audit. The audit, it's very, very good done, no worries. It was like that.
Perfect, great. So a concern that some people from the community had was they were saying that the initial price of the Arcona token is a little bit high. So can you touch on what pricing, not what, but why you chose the pricing that you did for the ICO?
Interesting question. So I will tell you from my perspective what do I think about this. So my question to these people is, the price is high comparing with what, first of all. And then my explanation is the following. I think that it doesn't matter if you buy for 1 Ether 100 tokens, or you buy for 1 Ether 10 tokens. It's just the psychological side of the question. Because then owning 100 tokens, you can buy, let's say, for 1 token, 1 square meter of the land. And then, if you own just 10 tokens, because you bought them very, let's say, expensive, how you say, you will buy for 1 token 10 square meters of the land. So if we do not think just logical or psychological, let's turn to the business. You will see that you are putting on the table 1 Ether, and you receive the asset, and the price of this asset is set. When I'm putting money on the table as an investor, I am looking not on the price of the product. I'm looking at the project itself and how can I make money on this project. Because if you make the decision just looking on the price of the token, it's up to you guys, but it's not the due diligence, I'm sorry, right? So the token price can be 1 cent and you will buy, doesn't matter what the project is, I'm not sure. So this is the idea that I wanted to share, that you need to look at the project itself. So you are buying the tokens of the global project, the most global project, let's say, in augmented reality that can exist. And the price of this token is, for you, I think, is just the psychological side. So let's turn to business. Let's make the calculations, right? So, and let's try to understand that if you are buying just 10 tokens instead of 100, it means that you will pay not 1 token then, and you will, for, let's say, for the content, but you will pay 0.01 token, and that's it. Nothing changes. Like with the Bitcoin. So the people who are buying Bitcoin for $200, now they are buying it for $8, and the people who are buying for 15. And nobody was telling that it is expensive, because it's falling down, it's growing, it's market. but the people are buying the Bitcoin. Doesn't matter of the price. So why you are buying the Bitcoin today for 7,000? Because you know that it was $200. Why don't you say that it's very cheap or it's very expensive? You are not telling this, right? So the same here. So you are putting money on the table to be part of the huge project. Let's say answer to this question.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense to me. So we actually have 2 questions left. So the second to last question would be, following the ICO, how will people receive their tokens?
So today the people receive the tokens automatically. When you make the transaction, the smart contract generates the tokens for you and send them back to the same wallet from which you send the Ether. Very simple.
Okay, that makes sense. So then the last question is this person is wondering, are you planning to build this from a startup to a monster like Facebook and Google? And if so, how? So like, how grand is your vision for Arcona?
Look at me. Now you see in front of you one of the founders of the most biggest companies in the world. This is Arcona. This will be the most biggest companies in the world in augmented reality that will disrupt the world. And we started already and we are on our way. Yes, we'll be one of that monsters in the world. How we'll do this? That we'll do with the help of the blockchain and the open source. So where the augmented reality market today is moving very fast. Everyone is waiting for the big players to come to this market, and they are already in, let's say, from the last year when the Facebook, Google, and Apple, they announced that they have already their own AR platforms. And all the world is waiting for these big players to come to create this AR cloud, how the people call it in the internet, in the industry. We are not going to take part in this battle of the monsters of the big players, because we have our own solution. This is open source based on the blockchain. It means that we are creating another, we are changing the society, we are changing the perception of the world. We are creating the open source ecosystem. It will be peer-to-peer network. It means that we are giving the equal rights to all the users and to all the participants of the ecosystem. So all the developers, all the users, they will receive the same rights, and that will be the next step in all the projects, I think, because blockchain will change all the industries, and for sure it is changing the AR industry also, and the whole business, let's say. So the perception of the business will be changed. So this is our protection against the big players. They have the community, it's okay, but we create our own community based on another philosophy. This is the community. This will be the community based on the equal rights. This is the community based on the transparency. This is the community and the project based on the trust. So this is the main idea how we are going to create this, because we are, as I mentioned, that we are providing the platform and the infrastructure for all of that. And then all the community will receive the same rights and move this project forward. So it will be different. It will be really different.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that you guys are so confident in the project, and I look forward to watching it as the time comes. So now that our questions have come to an end, is there anything else in general that you wanted to say about Arcona that we may have missed, or maybe just some general information about the token sale, how to get in touch with you, and that sort of thing?
So let me say that today the pre-sale is live. So you can reach our website and take part in the token sale. I would love to say some words about the team and our philosophy. So we all believe in magic, because we understand that we are convinced that without believing in magic, you cannot create anything in the world. Because for me, magic is everything what's happening in the real world is magic. Because first time it was created in your mind, and then it is created in the real world. Isn't it magic? It means that the reality around us is the way of thinking. And if you think that the world is already created, you need to think again. And we are proud to give to the creative people these amazing tools, development tools in Arcona, that they will be able to change this world, to change the surroundings on fly using our development tools. So this is the part of our philosophy. Just try to imagine for the last point. You are going outside, you see the real world, everything is okay, but you see the digital objects in this real world. On the walls of the existing buildings, you will see the digital advertising. We will not use the mobile phones very soon. We will use the glasses and the lenses. The person who you will call by Skype, let's say, will appear not on the screen, will appear right in front of you, right, as a 3D model. You will see the navigation in front of you. You, as you are a gamer, you can bring your favorite avatar from your game and put it in this real world next to you. And this avatar will be able to interact with the another avatars in this real world, but with the digital ones. So this is the world, how it will look like. We just need to imagine. If you can't imagine, we will show you. So this is the philosophy. We are bringing all the people from the virtual world to the real one, but with their virtual features that they like. This is the idea.
Awesome. Well, that makes sense. So how about the website? It is arcona.io. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you. So
awesome.
I think that we can leave the links near this video.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we'll leave the link to our Telegram channel, to our website, and to the GitHub if someone is interested, because you can already download our own platform, our development tools, and try them. If you are the developer in AR, you can download our code and try this code already. It's open source. You can try it.
Awesome. Yeah, we will definitely have all the links in the description down below in the description box, so everybody will have access to that. So, Daniel, thank you very much for your time. It was a real pleasure talking to you. I'm sure that a lot of people are going to get a lot of information out of our little talk. And for our watchers here on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to the official AmaZix AMA channel. We are going to be having many more talks just like this, how we had now with Daniel, from some of the hottest ICOs that are coming up. So leave us a comment down below what you think about Arcona, what your favorite part about it is, and make sure to join the community channel so that we can always stay in touch. And again, Daniel, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to talking again soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.